Today in this class we discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. So IUPAC means we know that the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Why IUPAC created suggested a model for giving names for organic compounds means there is a millions of approximately 5 million above compounds are present for organic compounds. It's not easy to remember all general names and common names for them. That's why they created a system, and it's very important to know that IUPAC nomenclature. So today we discuss about the nomenclature for organic compounds. Any organic compound must contains root word. The main part of the nomenclature for organic compounds is root word. Next, suffix. Primary suffix are two types here: primary suffix and secondary suffix. And there is also possibility of prefix. Prefix is also again two types: primary prefix and secondary prefix. Any organic compound must contains this root word and primary suffix. Secondary suffix may be possible, may not be possible. Primary suffix, secondary prefix also may be present, may not be present. But root word must be present. Primary suffix also must be present in the name. For example, what indicates the root word? Okay. What root word tells about is the number of carbon atoms present in the main chain of the carbon compound. Means in the given carbon compound, we have to select a main chain, that is called parent chain or mother chain or main chain. In that, how many number of carbons are present, that will be given by explained by root word. For example, in that main chain, we are having number of carbon root word. If number of carbons are 1, we have to use the root word meth. If number of carbons are 2, eth. Number of carbon 3, use prop. 4, then use but. 5, use pent. 6, use hexa or hex. 7, hept. 8, oct. If the number of carbons are 9, you can use none. 10, use dec. 11 means undec. 12 means dodec. Okay, like that we have to give the root word. Means it tells about the how many number of carbons are present in the main carbon chain. Means in a compound it is compulsory. In organic compound it is compulsory. Its name compulsory contains the root word part. Next, what is the compulsory part? Primary suffix is the compulsory part. So what is the primary suffix? We see now. So primary suffix. Primary suffix tells about the saturation of the compound. We know hydrocarbons are categorized into saturated compounds and unsaturated compounds. That saturation part can be explained in terms of in the primary suffix word. For saturated compounds, so what are the saturated compounds? Only alkanes are treated as saturated compounds. Alkanes. For them, the primary suffix used is ane. Next, we know unsaturated compounds. Unsaturated compounds, how many present? Mainly two types: alkenes and alkynes. So what the primary suffix used for alkenes? That is simply ene. What is the primary suffix used for the alkynes? Is ine. Means root word, primary suffix are the compulsory parts of a compound name. Next, what about secondary suffix? This is secondary suffix. Already we said it is not compulsory present in a organic compound. It may be present, may not be present. Actually, secondary suffix tells about the functional group present in the compound. It tells about functional group. Functional group present in the given compound. So, functional group means the atom or group of atoms. The atom or group of atoms which totally influences the all the properties of that compound. Means just the presence of that group, total properties of the compounds will be influenced. That is called functional group. Primary suffix tells about the functional group present in a compound. It is not compulsory all compounds having a functional group. It is not compulsory secondary suffix must be present in the name. If secondary suffix is present, means that is the functional group is present, what are the word we have to use? For example, if alcohols are present, alcohols means we know the symbol. Alcohol group is OH group. If OH is present, according to IUPAC, we have to use OL. Just remember OH, OL. If aldehydes are present in the given compound, aldehyde means we know CHO. See double bond OH, simply we are writing CHO. We have to use the word all. Next, if ketones are given in the compound, how to know the given functional group is ketone means by seeing this group we have to say, we can easily say there is a ketone group is present. If ketone is present, the word we have to use is ol. Next, carboxylic acids. If carboxylic acid group is present, that will be treated as a oic acid. So how to know the given compound has a carboxylic group? We know that is a presence of a COOH tells us the functional group is carboxylic acid, then use the oic acid. Next, nitriles. Nitrile functional group, we have to use the nitrile only. Nitrile means that is CN. Next, alcohol, aldehydes, ketones. Even we know double bond is present between carbon atoms. That's also treated as the general functional group. Alkenes, due to the presence of a single double, means one double bond is present, we have to use the ODene, already we said. If alkynes is present, actually this is these two are about the primary suffixes, just we mix with the both. Next, some more functional groups are present. If sulfonic acid is present, we have to use sulfonic acid only. Actually, the group name is, we can write sulfonyl group. We use the word is sulfonic acid. Here, by observing SO3H is present, that is called sulfonic acid. Next, acid chlorides. Functional group acid chloride. How to know? Already we know COOH is the carboxylic acid. In the place of OH, COCl is present. CO in the place of OHCl is present. That is called acid chloride. For this, we have to use the word oil. Actually, oil halide. Here, chloride is present. Thus, we have to write is oil chloride. Next, if you see esters. Esters means COOR, or you can say simply COO. This is named as O8. Next, we know ethers. Simply, actually there is no separate name for ethers. Generally, ethers are treated as a alkyl methoxy, alkoxy They named as alkoxy alkanes. No specific word for ether. Next, amines. Amines, the group is NH2. The word is also used as amine. Next, amides. Amides are also treated as acid amines. We know acid COOH group. The COOH, the OH is replaced by Cl, that is called acid chloride. If CO in that OH is replaced by amine, that is called acid amine or amides. For this we have to use amide. The word we use amide. So these are the main functional groups. Some more also there. For example, we said alcohols, OH. Same thioalcohols are also present. Thioalcohols. Thioalcohols, the word is used SH. For them, general alcohol means we use ol. For this we use thiol. General in chemistry, thio word indicates the sulfur. In whatever the compounds, if thio word is kept, that related to the sulfur. Okay. So this was about the secondary suffix, which may be present, may not be present in an organic compound. Next we see about what is the primary suffix. Already we know prefix. Primary suffix also completed. Prefix also suffix also completed. Next we see about prefix. That is a primary suffix and primary prefix and secondary prefix. Okay, first we see about primary prefix. So primary prefix tells about that the given compound is cyclocompound or normal non-cyclic compound, means open chain compound. For open chain compound there is no specific prefix. Means primary prefix only used for alicyclic compounds. Alicyclic compounds means cyclocompounds, or some are having bicyclocompounds. Bicyclocompound means two cycles are combined. Next, even for spirocompounds. Spirocompounds mean fused ring compounds. This type of compounds are only required a primary prefix. The word also primary prefix also same. For cyclic compound use cyclo word. For example, cyclohexene. For example, bicyclocompounds. If two, for example, this is cyclobutane. We say this is called bicyclocompound. If this type of structure is given, before giving the name, we are writing the name. We have to use bicyclo. Just like for this, we are writing hexe, cyclohex. This is bicyclo and given compound. Spiro compounds means same. This is also combination of rings. Combination just with help of a single carbon. This is called fused ring. This is two cyclists are connected with a bond or more than one carbons, more than two carbons. So that is called bicycle. This is simply cyclo. We use a cyclo word. For this use a bicyclo word. For this use it is spiro. Means the two rings are connected by a single carbon. So these are only the primary prefixes. Primary prefixes are meant for only alicyclic compounds. That is for cyclo compounds, bicyclic compounds, spiro compounds. Okay. Next, secondary prefix. Compared to primary prefix, secondary prefix is having more importance. Secondary prefix. Secondary prefix importance is tells about the substituents present in the given carbon compound. Substituents means already we said for a given compound, first we have to select the main chain. So how to select the chain we see next. Which are not comes under that chain, other than that chain or comes under secondary prefix name. Means that other substances are other things are called branches or substituents. Means secondary prefix tells about substituents. Substituents means which are present other than chain. Which are not included in the chain, which are separated from the chain are called substituents. That substituents will be written at the secondary prefix name. So we see some examples for secondary prefix. For example, if in the secondary species chlorine is present, simply use chloro. If bromo is there, we know bromo. Fluorine generally comes clearly. If comes means fluoro. I means iodo. NO2 means nitro group. It's called nitro. If CN group means, already we know that is CN is a functional group, but sometimes it will be treated as a substituent. Except to carboxylic acid, remaining all are having possibilities to comes in prefix. If CN, generally we use if it is functional group, we treat it as a nitrile. But when it is not included in the chain, it is treated as a substituent. When it is substituent means when we are writing it CN in the prefix, we have to use the cyano. Use cyano. Next, CH3 group. This is called methyl. Actually, here methyl is obtained from actually methane. Means we can say simply methane minus one hydrogen. Methane CH4 minus of one hydrogen. Simply I am saying that is CH3 methyl. If one hydrogen is removed from a ethane, that's called ethyl. For example, in the chain two carbons are present, that is called ethyl. If the chain in the substituent three carbons are directly connected, this is called propyl. If in the chain three carbons are there but not connected straightly, that is a CH3. Means connection to the chain is a branched one like this. This is called isomethyl. Sorry, isopropyl. Three are there, that's why you have to isopropyl. For example, if aldehyde CHO group is if treated as a substituent, or even though CH group is functional group, we have to use the word all. If CHO group is present, treated if you treat it as a substituent, we have to use formyl. We have to use the word formyl for aldehyde. Next, ketone is present, that is called oxo. So even one more OH. Generally, if OH is when treated as a functional group, we use the word ol. But here we have to use the word hydroxy. So these are the generally used compounds. For example, one more NO is present, is called nitroso or nitrosyl. Mainly we use nitroso also, that's better one. If you use OCH3, all you know just the bond CH is called methyl. Now it is treated as methoxy. Simple, you can say alkyl with oxygen, this is called alkoxy. So this is the basic structure of an IUPAC organic compound name. So what was that main structure of an IUPAC organic compound is primary prefix plus secondary prefix root word primary suffix plus secondary suffix. So root word is compulsory. It tells about the number of carbon atoms present in the chain. Primary suffix tells about the saturation of the compound, means that is given compound is saturated or unsaturated. Secondary suffix tells about the functional group. Secondary prefix tells about the substituent. Primary suffix tells about the nature of the compound, means that is alicyclic compound or they are cyclic compounds or non-cyclic compounds. I mean this is only for alicyclic compounds. Not for open chain compounds. Secondary prefix for substituents. Root word is for number of carbon atoms in the main chain. Primary suffix, this is tells about the saturation of the compounds. Secondary suffix tells about the functional group. functional group present in the organic compounds. Okay, the how to give the names, how to select the chain, what are the rules in the IUPAC nomenclature, later we see it. Okay.